these are alive. These are living things. But this right here is life. Here we have another 3 yards of gardening soil from my local landscape company, and this should do the trick for the remainder of the garden. But when you're gardening, just always remember you're gardening soil. We're growing soil. That is the basis of gardening. Plants are secondary. This right here is your primary mean of gardening, so don't skip this or else you will miss everything. Other than the customer service at Sunrise Landscape, guys, this is what 3 yards of gardening soil look like. I've ordered soil from another landscaping company close by, and their 3 yards didn't look anything like this. This is not a sponsored video. I'm just showing you when you find a great business, you support it, because these people, they don't go short on you. So that's my daughter there helping out today in the garden. She's also the one who replies to all the emails, so whenever you guys send emails, she's the one who replies to them and then relay the message over to me. So guys, I'm not gonna tell you what to plant in July or August, but what I will tell you guys is that providing proper nutrition for your plants, the correct soil in your gardens, make all the difference in the world. After that, you can plant whatever you want to plant in the right season. When we talk about gardening, this is my pepper patch right here. It has peppers, okras, and a few amaranth in it. However, these are alive. These are living things. But this right here is life. It is where all living things come from. Here now in these beds, these sweet potatoes just keep coming back. So what I'm going to have to do is just to continue upweed them. But for now, since I have nothing in these beds, I'll just allow them to grow a bit. I didn't want anything in these beds really, and I'm going to explain to you why I didn't want anything in these beds right now. The number one reason why I try to leave those garden beds empty this season is because of nematodes, especially root knot nematodes. These are some little parasitic worms that feeds off the roots of your plant. So the rule of thumb is, if you, and this is not science, it's just a rule of thumb, if you leave your garden beds without any roots in it for them to be feeding off, you'll get rid of most of them. So that is what I'm trying this season. The next thing that I do to try and suppress these nematodes, I put a lot of manure in my garden. So I put a lot of rabbit manure and rabbit urine. These things, they say, will help to suppress nematodes. So maybe that's the reason why I don't have a lot of nematodes in my garden, but I just try to keep a very healthy soil. Normally, you would want to keep some form of cover crop in your garden beds throughout your not so best growing seasons. Let's just put it that way. So for us here in Central Florida, or most parts of Florida this time of the year, it is not the best time for gardening for us. It is very humid, it is very hot. So we have a lot of things that we can grow. I won't say a few things. However, in the cooler months, which are the fall and spring months, we can grow twice that amount of things, or maybe 3 times. Hence, we just look at the hotter months as our down months, where we don't plant a whole lot of crops, because really and truly, it's a struggle to grow in the heat. Most warm subtropical parts of the world, you may have problems with root knot nematodes. These nematodes really thrive in warm climates where, what I would say now, where you have short winter, you don't have that long cold spell. These are the places in which root knot nematodes generally thrives. However, you have many different types of nematodes. You have beneficial nematodes also, but in the garden, your problem is always going to be root knot nematodes. I don't know if any of you guys have ever experienced it before, but I've seen root knot nematodes on my tomatoes before. I don't have a lot in my garden because I have a whole lot of organic matter and a lot of manure and rabbit urine is being thrown into my garden on a daily basis, and these are the things that will kill off or get rid of root knot nematodes. So to make it short, root knot nematodes, there are some parasitic worms that feeds off the root of your plants. They won't kill your plants per se because they affect about 2,000 species of plant worldwide, and the kill rate for them, for killing plant, is about 5%. So if you do have them in your garden, they may slow down the rate of production because they're eating on your roots, so the plants can't feed themselves properly or absorb as much nutrients as they should. However, root knot nematodes won't just kill your plants like that. They're annoying. You don't want to uproot and seed them in the ground, but you don't have to put all the worries in the world about them. If you can get rid of them, that would be good. Get rid of them. If not, just continue to plant crops that they don't like. Do your research, look up plants that they don't like the roots, and you can plant those plants. However, if the plants that you're going to be planting to eat root knot nematodes like to chew on those roots, don't stop planting your plants. Just continue to plant and you will reap your harvest. Here's why I don't prune my watermelons. I've been harvesting melons from about June, and today is the 1st of August, and I still have melons. I'm going to be showing you guys some more watermelon and just explain why I don't prune. Here on top of the pergola, my little green area, we have another watermelon here. And if you guys look over again, we have another watermelon here. And I'm going to show you guys a few more watermelon on top of this thing right here. So not pruning for me. There is another one, and I think my son showed me a big one. Okay, and here we have another watermelon sitting up here on top. So most of these watermelons that I grow on this side of the yard, they are hard to get to because they hardly come through the cattle panel like this. They normally stay on top, and most time when they're tiny, I try to force them to stay on top because I don't want to be using any form of support more than I would really want to. So to save me the time, I don't allow my melons to hang like this. I allow them to stay on top of the cattle panel, and then they will have all the support that they want up there. They're a bit harder to get to, so if you're someone with any form of ailment and you can't be climbing up on a ladder or anything like that, please allow your watermelons to come through where you can have easy access to them. For me, right now, I can allow them to stay on this cattle panel, and if I can't get to them, my son will get to them for me. Right here we still have more baby watermelons coming up, so we have quite a few watermelon on these two plants. But then when I was planting these watermelons in the spring, it was only 2 plants that I planted, so they're going well. So now in August, I'm still harvesting so many, or so much I should say, because this is past many now. I've been harvesting so much watermelon, which we have to be putting them in the deep freeze and then feed them to the chicks. So in the daytimes we normally put like a frozen or a piece of frozen watermelon in the chicken coop where they can have something cold throughout the days, because the days are really hot. Down here guys, the banana peppers. I don't know how well this is showing up, but the banana peppers are kicking off. We have a whole lot of banana peppers here. Let me just weed as I show you. But these banana peppers are looking beautiful. So for my tomatoes, these are the clone tomatoes that I have. So I've been working with these tomatoes ever since 2019. Throughout the summer month, they don't bear, but come fall and spring, I can put back these to work. So I just keep them like this every year. Just find some places in the yard and I just put them where they can just survive the summer months. And then now, mid-August, I'll be just taking suckers from these plants and I'll be going in with them again. Also with those new varieties that you guys saw me sowing. So that's it from CountryMarro. God bless you all. See you in the next one. Cheers.